at the top of the ticket. Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Not yet.
Would you
I'm not voting for Hillary Clinton under any circumstance.
Would you ever consider voting for somebody like Gary Johnson?
Look, we have 100 days to go. We'll see what happens here.
Are there any bills pending in the General Assembly you'd like them to tackle when they come back from lame duck?
I'd have to really get back to you on that. I mean, we're preparing our budget now. We've had lots and lots of meetings, lots of preparation. We'll see where we are. I just had a cabinet meeting 2 weeks ago, or was it? I don't remember. Everybody's charged up. Everybody's moving in the right direction. We'll see what we end up with. But we'll have another, I think, another very bold agenda, and see if we can get it done. And frankly, as I do my last budget, obviously I want to pass as much of it as I can, but I also want to leave what I think would be a good path for whoever follows me. And some of the thoughts I have about taking Ohio really aggressively into the 21st century. Because it's really easy to sit back and do nothing once you are there, but you have to constantly push, because companies that don't push die and states that don't push fall behind.
How much time do you anticipate spending on the trail for the Senate congressional?
Depends how many of them want me, and I don't have all the list. I don't do the scheduling, but again, I've already done a couple. I'll probably be doing. I know I'm going to Illinois for Mark Kirk. I know I'm going next week for something. Probably go to New Hampshire. Maybe to. There's just a lot of things that are in kind of the works. But now that the convention's over, I think we'll get a sense of all that. I know I'm going to go to Arizona for John McCain. That's for sure in the fall.
What do you think? What's the message that you're delivering when you're campaigning for these folks?
Just kind of everything you've heard me talk about. There's nothing new.
Who do you think would be a good person to follow you into the governor's office in 2 years?
You don't think I'd answer that question. I mean, we'll see how it all shakes out. But, obviously I have a lot of loyalty to Mary Taylor. She's been my lieutenant governor and my partner. And we'll see how this all shakes out. And, Mary stood by me. I'd stand by Mary, but I think it's a little early to start getting into a governor's campaign. We'll see how it all emerges. Those you think are going to run often don't, and those that don't sometimes do. So.
Favorite exhibit at the fair and favorite fair food?
Well, I'm going to go, of course, to Schmidt's, because I love Schmidt's, and I like the ice cream. This is my favorite exhibit. I love to get the butterflies. Can I get one more of those butterflies for the TV? I just love these butterflies. The colors. It's just such a. I mean, we all love butterflies. Who doesn't love a butterfly, right? And let me see if we can get one here.
You talk about big changes in the budget. What are some things that we should be expecting?
Well, we want to really bring an awful lot of technology into the operation of the government. And just to give you one example of how it can really work, if you talk to John Martin, there is a house that has a lot of. Let me get my friend here. So this is my favorite part of the fair. I just love to come here and see the butterfly spread its wings. They're becoming more aggressive on me, climbing up my arm, trying to get into my ear. But how do you not love that? That's life. That butterfly represents all the beauty of our world. Kind of represents not just the beauty of our world, but when I look at a butterfly like that, I see all the hopes and dreams of kids, the future, how great it can be. So that's my favorite part. Back to John Martin, as he pointed out in this group home, if the day starts well for the people who live there, the day goes well, and if the day starts poorly, it doesn't go well all day. So they have sensors in the shower, and it can send a message to people who are the caregivers, whoever they are, family or caregivers themselves. And then the phones go out, and then they know that we need to get them in the shower. We need to get this day going. The possibility of the use of technology, whether it's with our fleets, whether it's with healthcare, whether it is to help the disabled. I mean, there's so many things that we can use technology in coordination with humans. We don't want to, the key going forward is not just technology, but it's the human application. So it's not like we have a computer and that's the end of it. It's what we do with technology to build things that are better. And if you look around the world, that's exactly what's happening in the world, and government has a tendency to ignore it. But and something I just read last night, just a really cool thing. So Tesla, they started off in the high cost environment. They had to get started because no one knew how it was going to work. Now they're getting into the mid market, and they're using the success in the high market to drive the new market. I'm told that they're going to have solar panels in the roof of the Tesla. But here's the really cool thing. Most people don't drive their car that often. So let's say you drive your car 15, 20, 25% of the time, and let's say you have an autonomous vehicle. So your car goes wherever you call it. Okay? Let me just think about this. Your car goes where you call it. So I'm not at home, but my neighbor or somebody I really don't know, they want to use a car because they don't own a car. So I order my Tesla to where that person is, and that person pays me for the use of my car, which is autonomously driven. That's just like unbelievable, isn't it? Put your mind around that for a while. That's where we're going in this country, and I would rather not see the government fall behind in terms of being able to implement this kind of. To me, it's really, really exciting. Isn't that amazing, Jim? That is. So you can actually pay for your car while at the same time you're buying your car, you're paying for it because people want to rent it and use it, or you lease it. And you don't have to drive the car to where the person is, it will go on its own. Now, I know that we've had an accident and it's concerning to everyone, but you will find that over time, while there will be accidents with these cars, the number of accidents that will occur with the sensor and computer-driven cars will be less than what we find with people driving cars, because these sensors and these computers don't comb their hair, put on their lipstick, talk on a cell phone, or text. It's really, really interesting, and it's the future, and it's exciting. So,
you talk about leaving the state in better hands. Have you thought about what you want to do when you leave office?
no, I got to take care of tomorrow. It's a long way before I'm gone.
Do you know Pokemon Go?
Oh, I know. We found some Pokemons over in the cabinet room. So, thank you so much. Thank you, lady.